Good morning, god damn it. It is Tuesday, and we're coming off one of the weirdest weeks of training I've ever had by far. So basically I was probably having the worst week of training since my break. So since like January and or really December, and I couldn't run more than like 5 miles without feeling like complete shit. So I was like, well, that's not good. I knew like most of it was allergies because I noticed like I had trouble breathing. I was just way too fatigued than usual. And obviously, you know, given the workout from like 2 weeks ago, I can obviously run more than 4 or 5 miles. So that happened, which was annoying. And this continued. It was like 3 days in a row I couldn't run properly. And actually, we'll turn here for a change. And I started getting worried about if I was going to be able to do anything promising this month. And then on Saturday, because I took Tuesday off, I felt that bad. Saturday, I had this workout that I'll put up here. What? Where does that even come from? Like, you're telling me that I can't do 4 miles at like sub 9 pace without struggling, really. But then all of a sudden, I could just shit out 320Ks for 6 of them and feel like pretty okay like a minute after. Something's not right. I feel like when it's allergy season, I have like the most volatile body ever for running, because it's not like I'm just bitching out of these runs. Like, it's night and day how I feel on them. So it's one of those things where it's like, hey, if it goes like shit, it's probably the climate. Like, I know it sounds like I'm making excuses, but you don't just go from this to this in like a 3-day span. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. We're gonna try and make today work. Like I said, it's probably like 15 degrees warmer than the last few days I've ran, but we're not really doing a lot today because we're gonna try and do a time trial on Friday, which it'll be a 5K time trial. And given my workout on Friday or Saturday, realistically speaking, I should be in like low 17 shape at least. Warm up done, and I'm feeling pretty awful today. Look at all the cute. Can you see the pollen like flying by? I don't think I've ever seen this much pollen at the track in my life. Like that, that probably explains why I just cannot breathe at all today. My warm-up was a lot slower than usual. I feel like absolute shit today. We're gonna feel out the threshold mile. If that feels bad, then we're just gonna cut it entirely. I mean, I had such a good workout on Saturday that obviously the fitness is there. So if the allergies are just gonna tell the body not to run today, we're just gonna have to listen to the body. It's not like I can take double allergy pills. At least you're not supposed to. Good afternoon. God damn it. Day one of the summer training schedule, or the summer training grind, whatever you want to call it. Took like a week off, basically a week off. I got really bored on Wednesday and went for a 4-mile run, but other than that, we basically took a full week off. Took off after the Friday 5K attempt, and then, yeah, what is it now? Today's Saturday. So, I mean, it's close enough. Just kind of wanted to talk about what to expect for the training for the summer, and kind of just looking back on what happened during the spring. I mean, I kind of can chalk it down to a couple basic things. Obviously, the biggest one being that I got injured during probably the most crucial moment of my training schedule, which was like late February, early March. Because that I forgot to mention, I got like legitimately sick for a while too, like in February. So my training got interrupted during like the most important base building part of like that season, and then just kind of, it was just hard to get my momentum back from there. I did get some momentum back, don't get me wrong, but it was just hard. By the time it was April and I felt like I was getting my bearings straight, there's no more time to base build. Like, it's time to freaking race at that point. So unfortunate, didn't do what I wanted to do. But I think the biggest positive is that this was the first time since my surgery. You're gonna hear me say since my surgery, probably a decent amount of time throughout these videos, but it was the first time since my surgery that, oh, let me check my watch real quick. Okay, first time since my surgery that I was able to like run legitimately fast, or like train legitimately hard at times. Because last year I tried doing like 2 workouts a week, and I tried doing like speed oriented stuff, and it just, the surgery area like didn't like that at all. So I just kind of opted out of that. Just didn't want to deal with it. But this time around, it was, I would say, a lot more receptive, and like I wasn't as fatigued if I were to do like a super hard session. Now for the summer training, I'm not sure what exactly I'm looking for, aside from just a lot of volume. Probably want to work up to like 70 miles a week, nothing more. Frankly, I don't think I need more. I don't race anything more than like a 5K. I'm not a 8K, 10K guy. So probably just gonna stick to that type of training, where I'll peak at 70, and workouts, a lot of threshold stuff. It's usually what the summer is supposed to be consistent of, especially if you're like, most of your running or most of your racing is going to be in like October, November. I might race a bit in like September. The problem is like the weather's it's so gambly. Like September, it can either be like a really hot month for PA, or it's just like amazing at times. There's no in between. A little over halfway. This feels bad. This feels worse than when I ran a couple, I don't know, I guess to be fair, I did take 2 more days off after Wednesday, but oh my God. I felt my pulse like right after I stopped to turn around. And it's like, that shit's at like probably like 170 something. I didn't bring my heart rate monitor because I mean, come on, I knew this was gonna feel bad. Oh, I completely forgot, while it's on my mind, I forgot to talk about that concert. And it's really like a 1-day festival that I went to. It was like, the venue was probably, it's like the closest venue I probably ever had to travel to, which was really nice. The drive up was really easy. I usually like taking back roads and all that shit. Just makes for a nice drive. I'm not a highway guy. Anyways, it was wild. Probably, now I just started going to concerts in like 2022, 2021, because I couldn't go during college, because obviously I had like running responsibilities. All my weekends were pretty much taken up, especially with the newer coach I had for the last couple of years. Like our weekends were booked from front to back. So, but no, dude, it It was fucking wild. I've been to, so I went to go see Death Grips what was it, like a half a year ago? Maybe. I don't know. If you know about the Philly Pisser, the Death Grips Philly Pisser, I was at that show. I didn't realize it was like a semi-viral thing in the music scene, because like we were nowhere near the guy, but that was probably the most insane experience of my life. But this metal festival, I would say in terms of enjoyment, was probably the best thing I've went to. Great, mainly the people, nicest people on earth. Like death metal heads, nicest people on earth. I talked to a lot more people than I was expecting to there. I think what helped was the Carly Rae Jepsen shirt I wore, because like everyone's wearing bands like you know, Carnifex shirts, Infant Annihilator, you just see this asshole wearing a yellow Carly Rae Jepsen shirt with like rainbow text. But people loved it. They loved the change in scenery, and I thought it would like brighten people's day. Plus, I just wanted to wear the shirt anyways. But no, great atmosphere. I saw like probably 8 or 9 bands there, something like that. Because my friend and I, we were there till 11 o'clock, and we got there at 3 for $30. That's insane. Like, that's a steal. And the fact that I got to see cattle decapitation live, there were points, and I've never done this before at a concert, where I just sit there, like no headbanging. I'm just looking in awe at what I'm witnessing. Because, man, hearing those vocals, another world. Most of the other bands were fantastic too. I wasn't crazy about Carnifex, despite them being like one of the bigger headliners. They seemed more performative. If anything, like the music seemed a little generic, like deathcore wise. But I mean, they were fine. The crowds in the pits were kind of cool. I was tempted to join the pit at some points, like the circle pits, but it was my first death metal outing. Wanted to be a little responsible. But yeah, that same venue, I think, is hosting like another type of like one day mini like festival type of thing. But I think it's like metalcore bands, which is fine. You know, like even if I don't care for some of the bands, most of the bands playing really, I feel like in my experience, these types of bands, they just feel better live. Like, because they sound identical, but the atmosphere just makes it so much better. Like, oh yeah, Rivers of Nile, when I saw them, I know who they are. I was fucking blown away. Like, because it sounded like a studio recording. Like, it was just amazing. But yeah, I just had to talk about that. I know most people watching this probably don't know a lot of metal, but I just had to talk about it because it was just such a nutty experience, and a great one. Just so fucking fun. Almost there. There we go. Wow, that feels terrible. My lungs are like on fire right now. All right, well, let's get in the car. Probably gonna bring the GoPro for my friend and I's run tomorrow. I'm assuming it's gonna be here. I'd be very surprised if it wasn't. So see you guys back here in hopefully 24 hours. Hopefully he doesn't bail on me. Good morning. God damn it. It is Sunday, but not a long run Sunday. But we got a fan favorite return. Stanky. Ayo. It's your boy. He was in now it's unlisted, but he was in that one video of me and my 2 friends trail running. So gonna get some miles in, 4 or 5 today. Like I said, this is the second run back, 3rd technically. We're looking very fit. About 3 minutes in, 150 heart rate. Can we hit 180 by the time we get back. Fate will decide that one.
Nowadays, I feel like people don't care about Clash Royale at all.
Bro, my account's probably worth like $5 now. Even though I have maxed out cards.
Yeah.
The game is so like optimized nowadays. I'm trying to think what my favorite deck was the Hog Rider deck. Hog Cycle.
No, I know.
That's all, yeah.
Hog Rider.
Yeah, I know. I was a Hog Rider one trick. Because I just hated so many. I don't even know why I played the game that much competitively, because I hated so many cards. I only liked the Hog Rider and the Giant. I was like a OG card evangelist. Royal Giant trash, Mega Knight. I wanted to die every time I went up against it.
Well, I wonder why. It's like, oh my god, it's a complete hard counter to your deck.
Or I remember day one Royal Giant when they buffed it. Or yeah, I think it was Royal Giant. It was just one tap your tower.
Dude, I feel like all the Giants are that bad. Like day one, the day one Royal Giant fucking just goes in there and you're just guaranteed to be tower every time.
Well, remember it was trash for the longest time when they buffed it, and they're like, okay, we gotta hit the restart button on this.
They going?
Yeah, I was close so far. We got a mile to go. 175 heart rate. Stanky's estimated heart rate, I'm gonna say one. Yeah, just one.
Not even breathing out of my mouth.
Just one.
One.
Oh,
well, I feel like
we're at threshold effort. 180.
I feel like long hair for a runner makes it even more different.